good day, happy new year, happy 2022. We have to start this video in 2022 on a let's do something a little bit different today. So we've been doing a lot of videos lately on what I do every day in my job, and I thought I'd change it up today. And while I was out and about, I'm going to do, I've had this f10 BMW for, it'll be a year this month actually, funny enough about it, probably the longest car I've had. So a year that I've had it, and I thought I'd give you an update on a year ownership of the car. You know, because it's alright, last time I did a review on it, however long ago that was, it's a good review to do, but owning it for a year and repairing it and running it and any issues you may have and everything like that is always good after a year or so to have a proper evaluation on it. So here I'm going to give you a video on my year-long ownership of an f10 BMW. So whenever you buy a car and everything, you look at what it's like to run, what it's like to repair, general maintenance stuff. You know, it's okay buying a car, but how much is it going to cost you to keep it going and to keep it maintained and everything like that. So let's talk about this one. Fuel, unbelievable on fuel. Like, it's so good. What BMW have done with this, I'm driving around town. I've done a bit of motorway stuff, and I'm averaging 50 miles to the gallon. It probably wants resetting, but if I go on just a normal trip, it's still 43 miles to the gallon. So it's very, very good on fuel. When you want to run, I think the best it costs me of an average of 1.46 a litre for diesel at the minute. It costs me about £85 to fill it up, and that's pretty much from not pure empty, but not far off. And the best I've ever had out of it is 760 miles to a tank, which is damn good. I average probably 510, 520 miles to a tank. Now I do a bit of dual carriageway to work and back, and that's pottering around town. You know, I go into Northampton town quite, a couple of times a week, so also adds up there. But fuel wise, yes, it's very, very good on fuel. The other thing you've got to think about is, as regards, I spoke about fuel and that, so you've got to think about other running costs as well when you run a car. Tax, insurance, and stuff like that. So tax is, if you pay it yearly, £130 for the year, 6 months £71. So pay monthly, it's £11.63, I think it is, around that. Insurance for me, I'm like 32, and I pay £600 a year. It's not a lot really for what it is. It's not bad at all. So them sort of costs aren't bad. Servicing, that's when it can get a bit expensive. If you're competent and you can do it yourself, you cut your labour costs, so you're not paying someone to do it. Now if you do that and you buy parts yourself, you go on Euro car parts, places like that, you'll get parts cheap enough for it. Probably cost you £100, around that, something like that, which isn't bad. So mine, you're going to think I'm mad, mine is going to BMW to be serviced. And the only reason it is because mine has currently full BMW service history, and I'd rather keep it that way. Now, don't hate me in the comments for it, it's just something I do. I'd rather keep some value on the car, keep it serviced, a regular service at BMW. So for me to have that service there, it's just over £400. That's from major service, which is a lot of money, but keeps my service history up on it and everything, and it's due service now, so that'll be going in January time. The other things you have got to think about with car this age is things like updates. So mine's due a sat-nav update because yeah, okay, it's good. Fortune Catty 916, very nice, nice. Yeah, things do need updating. The sat-nav in it is okay, is alright, yeah, but in a new built area, it couldn't find itself out of a car park. So to have a sat-nav update, mine is done via the USB port in the centre console, and it's 85 quid for a little USB stick, which you can do yourself. Whether you can get it from somewhere else, I don't know, but you have to take them sort of things into consideration as well. You know, if you want to keep updated with everything. I've got an app on my phone as well, which is called My BMW, and then with that you can, it's just clever stuff, like you can switch the fan and the ventilation system on before you even get in the car. Like, you can turn the lights on, you can make sure it's locked, and you can lock it and unlock it from your, you know, there is good stuff like that with it as well. So the technology, as much as, you know, it's not a 2021 car technology, you know, the technology that you can still get for it, and you know, with phone stuff and that is pretty good. But yeah, so that's tax, insurance, MOTs, obviously wherever you get it MOT. Mine's just been MOT, it's sound for an MOT. Yeah, servicing, it's up to whatever you choose to do, it's up to you, innit? You know, do it yourself, or even if you get a mate who's pretty well, you could get a mate to do it, or you could get not a backstreet garage, but a normal garage. They could do it for a lot less, or you can take it to main dealer and be done. You know, that's totally up to you. But there is them things to think about as regards to general maintenance and things like that. So not every car is perfect. There are things in this that I think, why didn't you just do that, or I don't like that. For starters, back seats, don't fold down, don't split, don't do anything. Now the boot is massive, it's a big boot, goes back far, hasn't got the height, but it goes back quite far. But if you're out and then your missus says, oh, let's go to IKEA, okay, let's go to IKEA, and then you want to go and stick something that's got a bit of length in the, sounds really bad, stick something bad in the boot to come through, no chance, because the seats don't fit. And I don't know whether if you buy certain packs of these cars you can buy ones where the seats actually split. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. If you know, please drop a comment below, it'd be interesting to know. So you've got to think of that. There is plenty of room in the back. It's a very spacious car. The one thing I will say about it is where I live, it's quite tight, and this is it's a wide car. Like, you know, I bought it and I didn't take into account how big it actually is. It takes up a lot of room, it's very wide. When you park it in places, it's a big car. So take that into consideration when you're buying one. But other than that, you know, it's a lovely drive. Like, you've got 3 modes in it, as I spoke to about before: Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. Eco Pro is for if you really want to save fuel, but for how good on fuel it is, I wouldn't bother. The engine wise on it's been very good. I've never had any problems with it. Still pulls like a train. It's done over 100,000 now. Still pulls very well. Gearbox is still very good. 8-speed auto, still very smooth. Still, if I flick it into manual, still changes up, good timing. Nothing's delayed. Yeah, it's been I've had cars in the past, and then you think I never get bored of it, and then you get bored of it and you end up selling it. But I don't plan on selling this anytime soon, not yet. Another good thing about heat seats are brilliant. They're very, very good, the heat seats. Climate controlled, really good. It is plasticky, you know, but what car isn't these days, you know? You go into a modern BMW and everything's all plasticky and stuff, so you're never going to get really past that. But the build quality on it's very good. The other thing that really does, I think they could have done better personally, is it has a good system in it with the screen and all the sat nav and everything. But I can play. I've got an iPhone and I can play music and it Bluetooth through the car for the telephone, but it won't play music through Bluetooth. It'll only play it through USB. I don't know why that is. I had a Samsung for a little bit and the car just did not like that whatsoever. Wouldn't play it through USB, wouldn't play it through Bluetooth. It just said, no, I don't like your Samsung, I ain't playing. So that kind of thing could be better. Whether there's something you can download to be able to do that, I don't know. Maybe it's something I'll look into, but yeah. But other than that, for a year long of owning the car, it's been brilliant. It's done me to Yorkshire and back God knows how many times. You know, I've been loads of places in it, and sorry, and I can't fault it one bit. Would I buy another one? Yes, I would buy another one. If I was going to buy one now, I'd probably buy a 530 just for the, you know, I've had faster cars and that, and then it's nice to have a, you know, a bit more power than what you got. You know, 530, you got the still decent on the fuel and you got the power there. You have the other options of the 535 diesel. That's just a different kettle of fish. That is an animal. I've got a friend who's got one, and it's been mapped and it's savage. Like, I think he's actually sold it, but it's a savage car. So you could look at that option, 535D. They do petrols, but depends what you really want it for, really. You know, I use this daily. Like I say, I do a lot of travelling, going to work and back and stuff, and it just does everything I need it to do. And I couldn't recommend having one enough. I think the f10 model of the BMW is a really nice looking car. All around a really nice looking car. The M5 is to die for. I'd love to just even go out in one of them. They're just a lovely 4.4 V8 twin turbo. Awesome bit of kit. So that's just a short review on me owning this car for a year. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a comment about, and if you've got one, or you know anyone that's got them, what you think to them, what you think could be better about them. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you could like, comment and subscribe. Keep subscribing what you're all doing and liking and commenting on the videos. You know, it means a lot and I really appreciate it. So I hope you all have a happy and prosperous 2022, and I'll see you all soon for the next video.